Welcome to Spoken Reviews, home of the Spoken Reviews. Today is going to be round 2 in our video series comparison of the MacBooks to the PCs. And today, with round 2, we will be comparing the softwares of Mac versus PC. So it's going to be Windows 10 versus El Capitan. So sit back, guys, and enjoy. So to begin this video, it's going to be a quick disclaimer before people in the comments say I'm a fanboy of either system. The disclaimer is that I am a 20-year PC user, but I really do like MacBooks. So to show you guys, I have all of my old PCs. So here's my old compact. That's my very first laptop. My second one was a Dell. And my third one was an HP, which I really did enjoy this one too. So just so you guys, put that out there. Hey, most of my experience is with Windows, but I really do like Mac. So before the whole fanboy comments start, I'll get that out of the way. All right, guys, and for this test, I have the Toshiba Satellite S55C, and this is the i7 version. I have the Acer Aspire R14, and this is an i5 version. I have the 13-inch MacBook Air, which is an i5 version, and I have the 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina with the i7 and 16 gigs of RAM. All right, guys, so both El Capitan and Windows 10 are the latest configurations for the different systems. Windows 10 was available starting July 2015, and El Capitan has been available since September 2015. And both systems will take about 6 gigs on your hard drive. So as far as that being a factor, they're pretty much evenly matched as far as the space and size of the files. Okay, guys, next we're going to go ahead and test the split window. And El Capitan just got this. Windows 10's had this since Windows 8. Okay, so for El Capitan, what you do is you're going to click in here, drag it, and then you snap. And you can pick from the other ones. So say I want to pick here. I'll click that. And then you can resize it however you want. So. Okay. So that's how you do it in El Capitan. Now Windows is actually a little easier. You just minimize, you drag, and snap, and then you pick the other one. So, and then you can also change the size. You gotta just get it right on there. You can resize it if you want. So, it's nice that El Capitan does have that feature now, because it didn't have it before. But I do think that Windows 10 does execute the multi-window a little bit better. Okay, guys, the next feature is going to be the virtual desktops that you have on both. So with El Capitan, you're going to take 3 fingers, go on the trackpad and push up. And you can see I have desktop 1, desktop 2, desktop 3, and you can add more if you want, or you can delete them. So it's really nice, and desktops just allow you, if you're doing multitasking, just a little cleaner to multitask. And with Windows 10, you have this icon right here, which is the task view. So you just click this, and you see I have desktop 1, desktop 2, desktop 3, desktop 4, and I can add new ones, or I can delete them. So they both work pretty well. I don't see an advantage to either one, but very similar features, and they do add that extra functionality for the user. Okay, the next feature I want to talk about, guys, is going to be the notifications. So with the MacBook, you just take 2 fingers from here and you swipe over. You can see the notifications. You can see what's going on today. You can also see different notifications. So if you have like emails and different things pop up, you can see that. And then with Windows 10, it's really sweet. You just, since it's touchscreen, literally just flick it. So I'd say it is a little bit easier because of the touchscreen, but if it wasn't touchscreen, you would just do the 2 fingers over here. So Apple calls it notifications, and Windows calls it the Action Center. So a couple different pros and cons to both. So one really cool thing about El Capitan that I've noticed that's really cool is you have like the date, you can have your calendar pop up, you can have reminders, it defaults to stock, but you can, add all types of cool things to that. So this is pretty cool and I do like it. With the Action Center, it's a little bit different. It's going to have more notifications. But one really cool pro about it is you have different system settings. So I can pop into tablet mode. I can connect. So say if I had my Windows phone or if I wanted to stream to my TV, I could do that. Battery saver, the screen, and all settings. So, and you can also do notebook mode, airplane mode. So there's pluses and minuses. I can't say that one's better. I do like that you can, get into the settings really quickly on Windows 10. But I do like the clean layout of El Capitan too. So pros and cons to both. You guys can decide which one you'll prefer better. To me, it's pretty much a tie, but I do like them both. Next up, we're going to talk about how you launch apps in Windows 10 versus El Capitan. So with Windows 10, there's a couple different ways to launch apps. You can traditionally have an icon on the screen. Since it's just touch screen, you can just open them up, double tap, and they open up. So that's the first way you open up apps. You can have them pinned to the bottom, which is really easy to do, and you can pin new things. And they've also brought back the start menu, so you can hit start and you have the different apps that pop up. And you can go to your all apps. You can see all the different apps. So pretty nice, and those are the main ways that you can open apps on Windows 10. Now with El Capitan, you have different things to do too. So you can have icons on the desktop if you want. You can have them pinned to the bottom, or you have Launchpad, which is really cool. You open up Launchpad and they all just pop up and you can open them up. So here's iMovie. I'll just open that up. And as it's kind of loading, it kind of does a little bouncing thing. And then here it is. So not really a huge pro or con to either one. I really like them both. I really do like the Windows 10 Outlook. And it's probably because I'm more familiar with it. But I've been using El Capitan the last 2 or 3 months, and I'm getting used to that too. So pros and cons, you guys can decide what you prefer. Okay guys, next we'll be talking about the Windows Store that Windows has and the App Store over here that El Capitan has. So they're both pretty similar and they both offer the same function. So you can, download apps and programs for free or ones you want to pay for. You can, watch movies, you can download music, things like that from both. So they're both pretty similar. I'll just kind of dive in. So on the Windows, as you can see, you have the apps that pop up. And I found a couple cool apps in here. One that I do use is going to be the PC Benchmark. And that's a free one. That's pretty cool. You can kind of benchmark your stuff. So you can see here the different apps. Not a lot of apps. And it's growing. A couple years ago, it was kind of struggling big time. But, developers have been working pretty hard to increase this. So you see the games. You can see the music. So you can, buy music. And you can see the movies. So pretty nice, and I do enjoy that. Over here, this is going to be standard. So if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you're going to be used to this. You can see there are different games that you can get to. And there's apps. I'll go to categories. So you can, do business, finance, lifestyle, photography. There's a lot of different options out there. They're both pretty similar. I do think that on the Apple side, it's more developed. There's way more apps out there, but I don't think it's a deal breaker. But it is more developed. All right, so as far as web browsers go, Windows 10 is going to be using Microsoft Edge, and El Capitan is going to be using Safari. And as far as comparing them, they're both really light and I enjoy them. Typically, I prefer to use Google Chrome, but for the basis, we're going to go ahead and run through this. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go to CNN on both. As you can see, I type in CNN and it pops right up right there. And over here, I'll do the same thing. So you can see they both pop up, and then also down here, I'll do the same thing. So as you guys can see with the web browsers, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. They're both minimalistic. A couple things I want to point out is there's not a lot of stuff up top taking up space, so you pretty much get the whole page on Safari, which is nice, and I like that. And kind of the same thing over here. Some web browsers, you have a ton of stuff up here, but it's very minimalistic. And the same thing down here, as you guys can see, very minimalistic and very enjoyable. In my opinion, I really do enjoy that. Now, there are a couple cool functions up here. As you can see, if you click the plus, you can add a window. You can click here to shrink it out, or you can click here to see the different options. So pretty nice, minimalistic, easy to use. I do enjoy Safari, and this was my first time using it in the last 2 months of testing, but I really do enjoy Safari. Now with Edge, it's also really nice too. So if you click here, actually I minimized. If you click here, you get more actions. So you can, add a window, have a private window, zoom in, you can print. So Edge is really nice. Here you can share. There's different ways you can share. So really built in. This just saved it. So I'm going to exit out. Like that. So yeah, overall, they're both really good and solid. To say there's a winner between two web browsers would be hard to say. Like I said, I do like them both, and it really comes down to a matter of preference. Okay guys, so one huge advantage that Windows 10 is going to have is being able to connect to your Xbox One or Xbox 360 with the Xbox app. So right now, I already have it connected over the Wi-Fi, and you can literally do this from anywhere in your house. As long as you're on the same Wi-Fi, you can play. So both of these laptops, neither one of these are going to be gaming PCs, but you get the functionality of a gaming PC on your computer. So to me, it's hard to really put a price on this functionality. More than just playing games, as you can see, I have access to my whole Xbox One, so I use Sling TV as my TV service because I don't believe in paying cable. So I have access to my Sling TV, my Blu-ray, my Netflix, all of my Xbox One stuff I can access here. So huge, kudos for Windows 10 letting us do that. And this is going to be a drawback to the MacBook. Okay guys, the next thing I want to talk about is the voice search. So with Windows 10, you do have Cortana, which you can voice search on, and Mac OS El Capitan. There's no Siri yet, but you can voice search in Spotlight. I'm going to kind of show you guys how it kind of works real quick. So you just hit the little mic. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow? You can see the weather pops up. Now, I haven't found where you can do that in El Capitan. There's probably a way to do that. I know there's no Siri yet. If you guys know how you can do that, please leave that below. Probably down the road in future iterations, there will be a Siri in the OS X, but they don't have it right now. In conclusion, guys, both Windows 10 and El Capitan are both great systems. A lot of it's going to come down to preference, and a lot of it's really what you're comfortable with. People that, are, lifetime Windows users are probably, more hesitant to switch over to Apple because of the OS. But as a longtime PC user, I can say that it is pretty easy to hop into. I really do like the Apple system. It's really easy to use. It's easy to learn, and I'm learning more and more as I, use the MacBook more. So I don't think that should be a huge concern. They're both pretty similar. There's pros and cons to both. I don't think either one's perfect. Hopefully you guys can see the good and bad in both. I think both companies need to continue to evolve their systems and get them better, but I don't think there's a clear winner. The one thing that I would say is that I really do like the Xbox feature over here. I really do like that. That's like the one thing that sticks out to me. I do think that some of the free software that comes over here is probably a little bit better. So things like iMovie are a little more powerful than Windows Movie Maker, and other things like that. So like Notes and the calendar are really nice over here, but they're, strong competition over here too. Anyways, guys, this was just the second video in my video series where I'll be comparing, PCs to Macs. Hopefully it was informative. This is super high level, so I didn't mean it to be too detailed. This is a super high level comparison. Round 2 was just the software, and this is a high level comparison of the software. If I missed anything, guys, please leave comments below. Help me out. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up for me. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. I really like the engaging conversation. If you love it, tell me you love it. If you hate it, tell me you hate it. If there's something I missed and you want to point out, please feel free to point out. It just makes it better for me and also other people that are watching it. Your comments help, everyone. Anyways, thank you for taking the time to watch this comparison. Hope you guys have a great day.